Oh, hold on. We got Tish Love. Tish Love. We got my man Slayer in the building.
You already know.
Lord Slayer. And then we got these two guys right here. These two guys right here. See, the beautiful thing about this is that everybody that's in the building that knows stories or know about DWI, these two guys are going to be able to bring me back to a time before what everybody knows is what it is right now. But they actually CEOs and moguls about their own business. So without further ado, I want to introduce my man all the way to my left. You're right. Valentine.
What's good, people? It's Val the Voice.
Val the Voice.
Thanks for having me.
And my man Dave.
Dave DEKUTZ.
DEKUTZ.
That's right.
All right, so either y'all can pick who has the longer legacy to see who wants to go first about.
I always let Val. He's the voice.
He's the voice.
He's the voice, so you gotta let him.
First and foremost, I want to thank my brother DWI. We got a lot of years in, 10 and better. Our production, events.
That's a decade, right?
Yeah, man.
A lot of people don't hang on to
2000
things.
Actually more. 2006 is when we started with AOS Radio.
We got a good dozen.
Yeah, we did up at Boston Road, which was your second or first studio?
Second studio.
That was the second studio.
I opened that up in 2004.
Okay, so 2006, I was doing a segment with AOS Radio with a Dante Ace.
Dante's doing big things right now.
Yeah, biggest promoter in the city. Yeah, so started with them, then I started working with my man Jay Ditta, the Get Radio.
Shout out to Jay Ditta.
Yeah, Get It Poppin' Radio. What's good with Ditta?
Yeah, he good. He was here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
I saw Ditta sleeping on the tray one night.
You should have put a flyer on his way. No, sleeping on his way to the office.
And I'm looking at him, and I was about to take a picture, and he finally cracked his eyes open. He was like, "Yo, man, what's up?"
He throwing tea
Did
out.
he tell you that the bishop was crossing his segment? But yeah, we got a lot of years in, man. Shout out to my man D-Dub. I've seen the evolution and the progression of the studio, and I'm real proud of him.
Facts.
I've seen even in regards to what you're doing now with the kids, that's long term. We always spoke about long term. You're investing in long term visions.
Right.
Wait a second, I might be going further back because.
Right, to the apartment with
jumped
AG.
the line a little.
No,
I was in the living room with you.
There we
Wow.
go.
Yeah, 230 Science Street.
230.
With the couch, with the couch.
Two doors.
Listen,
the
hold on. I had,
with the couch.
With the couch, the red couch.
But it was official. You walked in.
Remy Ma was there. Like we was in that little apartment over
I
there.
remember that.
What years? Those some years
That was
out.
204.
1999 to
99, baby.
Y'all be showing your
19
age.
years.
Keep that
Nah, but you know what was dope about that?
Hold on.
What was dope about that studio?
Yeah,
that
details don't
studio
get old.
and that vision was I've never had a job where you just roll out of bed, make something to eat, make breakfast while you getting somebody's session ready, and then just go to work. Like it was just like that, just like that. Like not even
No travel.
People wasn't afraid to go. It wasn't like nothing to go to somebody's crib.
Yeah.
Like Remy came in when Lean Back was out.
Yeah.
Remy came to the studio and did her thing. AG was in the studio recording with me. Grand
That's
Puma,
that's how I met you.
Yeah.
and I was wet. I was just learning how to do it, but people
They respected
appreciated what
the
was
movement.
going right.
Yeah.
Man, you a staple in the community, bro.
Yeah.
D-Dub is definitely, and I always tell him when I speak, and I don't say it just to say it, but he's definitely a pioneer in this independent New York City radio scene. For 91.9 FM, we did a lot of shows on 91.9 FM.
Right. That's how I threw that drop back because
I know. Just the whole history, like before. Now you can go online and you can see in New York all these different independent companies. But at the end of the day, at one time, this was the Matrix was the only independent outlet in New York City.
Right.
And
might be
independent.
still the only independent.
There's a lot of others, but it's
people
still
came up and they fell off. You don't see them no more.
I can give a whole. I won't, but I can give a whole
we
list
have
of
a whole
names
list that didn't make
of
it.
people who came and didn't
Where he's at
understand
right
radio.
now.
But you're still going strong.
So now this panel of people, like I have, excluding you, Dave, but I'm sure behind the scenes that you have these conversations. But these three have been telling me the same thing. Like, yo, D, you should be doing this. You should be bigger than where you at. But then at the same conversation, we all understand why I'm not like. And what this purpose is in this movement that I'm on. However, at 18 years is that's the age where your parent tells you got to get out and get something. This is my get out and get something year right now.
No, you have a proven, the studio itself is branded. It has a proven track record.
Right.
So it's not like it's an overday. We know you're gonna be here for the next. If you survive this long, we know you're gonna be here the next 10 years.
But why do the waves and how things happen with the world stars? I'm not throwing just world stars, the world stars. The XM radios and all that. Why do people feel like, I know why, because there's different levels, and different machines behind things, but why don't people get behind independent situations.
Because people want instant results. That's the people
It's the
do
gratification.
not exactly. People, and it's today's climate. People are conditioned to be that way. You know, people want to get on the train when the train is moving.
Right.
You understand? They don't want to get on. They don't want to help build the train, or they don't want to help
They don't
build
even wanna
something
wait
from
for
the
this shit.
foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Wait,
want.
wait for it to come. Send me the bill.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know, if you get transitioning into the music scene, there's still a lot of individuals still trying to get deals, not realizing that you can go independent, build your buzz. Tekashi, Young Mao, all these people have built their buzz from the ground up. On internet, they've used alternative outlets that now have become major outlets, and they still don't have. So they never had to depend on a major to come. You never had to depend to get picked up.
Right.
The majors came to them because in this game, no matter in the game of entertainment, you put yourself on. The
Perception is
that
greater
you're
than
looking at
reality.
is at the end of your own arm.
Yep.
So you
So
just
they
gotta
have-
work the room.
Perception is greater than reality.
Always.
How many times we see people on social media and they must got $1.5 million in the bank and they rubbing two nickels together.
Exactly.
The beauty of what technology is that you can be anything you want to be. The negative about technology is you can be anything you want to be.
Right.
So again, you see a lot of people who are just faking it till they make it, and again, you see that with the series and stuff. And me being in marketing and advertising, I work with series on some groups, and those stations are swimming. They not the only person really making money over there is Stern. Everybody
Wow.
else
Yeah.
is kind of in the soup.
He's an independent
Wow.
brand. He built
Exactly.
himself. That's what I mean. He built himself out.
Like YouTube and a lot of those channels is killing radio.
So,
Yeah.
so here's the thing.
Killing
When before YouTube came out, before Power 105 was existed, it was Hot 97 and MySpace.
Yeah.
Around the time. Now I'm dating myself.
Yeah,
right?
it's
we
all
were the
good.
kings of MySpace.
However,
hold on.
I always say.
I remember when
go ahead.
Hot 97 was playing freestyle music.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you going- you
yeah.
going
Oh, wait,
back.
wait.
But
What's the first hip hop record Hot 97 ever played? House of Pain, Jump Around.